I want to say that I took a course for clergy that was run by Werner Erhard and Father Basil Pennington. It was called Mastery Foundation, and anybody who is serving in, yeah, please pass this on to me. Anyone who is serving in a congregation, thank you, could get a lot of benefit from that. One of the things that came out in this work was that our words have lost power. And when somebody says, I give you my word, and you see how cheap, even if they say, read my lips, you know, it's not going to help. Because, as Werner Erhard pointed out, most of the time we use the words like journalism, descriptive. But when I say, I give you my word, you know, and my word is my honor, you know, I give you my word and I follow through with that. At the end of that session, everybody was asked to stand up and to make a word of what they intend to do. It's like giving a pledge, a vow, a kavanah, and that strengthened the word. Mine was that I was going to spend time building spiritual eldering. So, and since that time, that's become a reality. So what I'm trying to say is making affirmation, you know. When I say Baruch Atah Hashem, I'm giving a word, you know. I'm making a promise. When I say Shehakol Nihya Bidvaro, wonderful little story here. Moshe Kabrina is sitting in the morning, and a chassid came in when he's eaten breakfast, and he's got a little bit of that oatmeal or gruel, their kasha, you know. And while, so he's being served the kasha, and this guy is pouring out his complaint. And the Rebbe makes the broche, Bo, Hashem Elokeinu melech shahakel nir bidvoret, and begins to eat, and the guy continues to kvetch. So he says, haven't you heard? Shahakel nir bidvoret. Everything is with God's word. You know, how can you complain? You're complaining against the shahakol. You get the idea. He took seriously what he was saying. Another story goes like this. Reb Hershel Rimenover is about to die. So he quotes the Mishnah and he says, Ve'al hakol im amar shahakol niya bidvaro yatsa. It's so wonderful because the Mishnah says, if you make a broche, on fruit you should say borah pri ha'etz. If you make a broche on bread, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. But if you say for all of them, shehakol niyeh bidvaro, you fulfilled your obligation. Yatsa means he went out. So he looked over his life and he said, al hakol, on everything that happened to me in my life, he's saying, shehakol niyeh bidvaro. It was all because you wanted it, Rebbeinu Shalom. Yatsa. And with that he died. He went out. You get the idea as what kind of a word that is, you know. Shema Yisrael is that kind of a word. So we need to re-empower the word. That's very clear. One of the reasons, so you ask a good question. Most of the people don't go to shul during the week. And in the past we had a situation where we said that you daven in Hebrew when you daven alone. Why? Because the angels don't understand Aramaic. The Malochim verstehen nicht kein Targum Lushen. So you have to daven in Hebrew, and they'll take your prayer up to God. So the sense is God is sitting way up there, and it takes the angels to go up and to bring your prayer. On the other hand, if you're davening with a minyan, the SHEKHINAH is already there, the divine presence is there, so you don't have to send it through up with the angels. Therefore, you can say Yikum Purkan, you can say Kaddish, all these things you can say in Aramaic. Up to here, the tradition, okay? My sense is that on Shabbos I want to daven a lot in Hebrew. In order to participate in what Zalman Schachter, the founder of Jewish Theological Seminary, called Catholic Israel. By that he meant to say universal. You know, you come to a Yemenite shul, they still say SHEKHINAH. You come to a Moroccan shul, to a Kurdistani shul, everybody has the same. So I'd like to, on Shabbos, I want to daven in Hebrew. But during the week, especially when I'm alone, and I don't have anyone else to daven with, it's very important to daven in English. Now this brings me to you again, back to Gideon. The question about what else does it, how do words do it? So at Nachman Braslava has it very clear. You go out at night and you talk to the Rebbe Shalom in Yiddish, you know, and you do his Beidados. And in this way something happens. You begin to talk. First it says, you feel, "Oi, I'm talking to the wall." But the more you pour out your heart, the more you put yourself in, the more you have a sense that there is a presence that hears you, you know. And sometimes even in the way in which your words come out, you get an answer to your prayer. That's a very wonderful twist that happens in it, you know. Terem nikra lecha ve'atatane. In the middle of our prayer, the answer comes as we pray it out loud. So daven in the vernacular is an important thing. Even if you know Hebrew, daven in the vernacular is an important thing. Times when I have a headache and I don't feel like davening, I sometimes pick up a siddur in German, in French, in Spanish. It's so nice to say, there's this Italian siddur I was telling someone about, where the translator says, "For the woman's blessing, you've made me second, you know, Shazani Kirtsono, Benedetto tu, Signore Dei nostro, you know, che facendomi secondo la tua volontà e affidandomi a me una cosa difficile e delicata de sposa, de madre e de regina della casa," you know. So what happens is he puts it into this language that the heart feels. I read a science fiction story that put it this way: if you want to do philosophy, do it in German. If you want to do technology, do it in English. If you want to do love and poetry, do it in French. So it turns out that when you go to another language, something beautiful happens, you know. Bueno es el Señor a los limpios de corazón. You know, it does something wonderful. So vernacular is good. Interestingly enough, in Israel, Hebrew is the vernacular. So the Catholics now have to do the Mass in the vernacular. So if you come to St. Michael's Church in on Rehov Agron in Jerusalem, the priest will be saying, "Gadlu ladonai iti," and the nuns will answer, "Unerome ma shemo yachdav." Isn't it wonderful? It started there, it's come back home, so that's beautiful. So let me read you something here. This is in the vernacular, okay? Ahavat Olam, the one that we do before the Shema. From ever you have loved us into life, Yah our God. You nourished us with kindness and abundance. Holy One, for the sake of your plan, for your honor, and because we know how our parents trusted you, and you in turn taught them how to live life so as to be serving your purpose, we ask you to share with us in the same way. God, kind parent, we live in the embrace of your caring. Make ours an understanding heart to become aware and to be careful and effective, and in this way to make real what you speak to us of in Torah and with so much love. When we study Torah, may we see clearly what is meant for us to know. When we do mitzvahs, may all our feelings sit harmonious in our heart. Focus our heart's longing to that moment when we stand in your presence in both awe and adoration. When we stand in your presence in both awe and adoration. May we never have to be apologetic for our love for you. Trusting you, we are happy to see your beneficent plan unfolding. May your kindness and compassion, be available to us. Oh, please hurry. Bring blessing and peace to us. Gather us so that we not be scattered all over the world. Lift the hold of estrangement from us. Lead us to live in this world so that we could feel at home in it. You can do this for us. You have assigned us to do our special work in life. You have brought us close to you and we are grateful. We hold you special and are filled with love for you. Baruch atah habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. So you see, when you can speak those words in such a way as if they would be your words, and that they would be asking for the things that you would be asking in it. And this is the time to pray for your spirituality, for your spiritual life before you come to the Shema. So words become strengthened this way. And what strengthens them is they become inhabited by will and by affect. And one more thing, they become inhabited by an imaginal vision of how you will put this into life. Get that? I'm doing V'hayala'ot al yadecha u'letotafot be'einecha, and I put this into that, how I will apply it. So all the four worlds are together. We make that yichud, that we speak the words, we put our will in it, we put our feelings in it, and we also put intention there. It's almost time